Hello and welcome to Zenith Workouts. I'm Rebecca Libby. Today we're going to do just a quick, maybe 10 to 15 minute video on moving and releasing our spine. This is a really gentle, it's more movement than a workout, but if you're feeling a little bit, tight in the neck and the back, you've just come in from, gardening or snow shoveling or whatever, this could be a nice thing to follow. Okay, you'll just need you and your mat, and we're going to start on our backs on the mat. So coming down onto your back with the knees bent, and just getting a nice foundation. So a nice neutral pelvis, feeling heavy into the mat. Take a breath in and feel that air be drawn deep into the lungs, to the sides of the rib cage, even into the space behind your low back and your mat. And as you breathe out, you're going to gently allow the low back to settle down towards the mat. And then breath in, you're going to go back to neutral. And exhale, gently flat. And inhale back to neutral. And as you're doing this exercise, this is a really small movement, very subtle. But what you're looking for is that the rest of the spine stays nice and still. This is a really isolated movement. I'm going to move my outside hand so you can see, but the rib cage is staying still. And it's just that lowest part of the spine that's moving, lengthening in its posterior or the back of its aspect. And you're getting a little bit of waking up of your core. That's why I start with this one so often. If you have some low back pain, this is a really nice one to do. You're not tensing in your bum muscles. You're not pressing into the feet. This is not a big pelvic tilt. You're not tensing in those abdominals. This is really gentle. It's like gravity is helping you to drop that tummy button down towards the mat and the spine gently flat. Good. And then settling into a nice neutral spine or whatever feels right. And you can bring your hands a little wider. Right? And you're going to wiggle your feet out to be just a little bit wider than your pelvis. And you're going to let your right knee go out to the right side and your left knee drop down to the mat. And this is just what's comfortable, coming back through the center and going the other way. So this is a bit of a hip release as well as the back, but you're allowing the pelvis to rock across the mat. And this is a really nice sort of cross body, cross fascial chains movement. And it's gentle. It should just feel good. Use your breath with it. And don't push yourself into any discomfort. This is definitely like a pain-free motion. It's okay to feel a little bit of stretch and lengthening. It's not okay to feel pain. That's not your intention with this one. Good. Perfect. And then coming back to nice and flat, or to nice neutral. Bring those feet in and straighten out both legs. And here you might want to flex your feet, because you're going to try to make one leg longer and the other one a little bit shorter. And this one will be hard to see on the video, but there's an action at the pelvis. So I'm going to reach my right leg. I'm going to try to reach long out of the bottom of my heel. And at the same time, I'm trying to pull my left pelvis up towards my rib cage. And then level it out. And then I'm going to reach long out of my left heel and I'm pulling. It's like I'm retracting my right leg. And it's this nice wiggle. Once you get into it, this is a really nice one, and it's one that you could do if you live with a certain amount of back pain. This could be something you do in the morning before you even get out of bed, along with some other ones. The good old knees to chest, the imprint and release. But anyway, reach long out of the right leg, draw that left pelvis, that left heel up. And then reverse, do one more, lengthening the left heel, drawing in with the right leg, up with the right pelvis, and then relax. Good. Let's bend the knees again. We're going to build on the imprint and release in a little bit of a peel up into a bridge. So breath in, out breath two. Gently allow the low back to settle down towards the mat. And then you're scooping in more with the belly. You're squeezing the bum and you're lifting the tailbone. Then the lowest part of the pelvis. Then the lowest part of the spine. And climbing up just to where it's comfortable for you. If you have some back pain, it might not feel comfortable to come all the way up to this bridge position. If it does, great. And then take a breath in at the top and peel it down, one bone of the back at a time. Trying to get the low back to connect to the mat before the back of the pelvis and go all the way back to your nice neutral, where you have level hip pointers, level pubic bone. Curl it up again. Imprint the spine first, as we did first exercise, and then lift the back of the pelvis, lift the low back, and maybe you stop here. If you have pain, you don't push, and peel it down. And your goal with this is that the knees stay over the feet, they don't get wider at the top, and that it gets smoother as you practice this, right? In our classes, this becomes a very familiar movement for the participants, because it's a really, really healthy movement in the spine, and it strengthens the back body. You'll feel it in the glutes. That feels nice. Good. And then we're going to pause with the back just at a little bit of a hover. Definitely in a pain-free area here. The knees stay still. The upper body rib cage stays still. And you're just going to drop the right hip. Lift the left one a little higher if you can. And then level them out. And then drop the left hip. Lift the right a little higher if you can and level it out. And we're just going to do a couple more. But this is a nice dance through the waist that can really help to ease, to lengthen things that are a little bit tight. Again, you're using the back body. You're getting some strengthening. You don't have to be up high in the pelvis unless you're comfortable. Let's do one more on the right. That's how it would look if you were comfortable to be high in the pelvis. And one more with the left. Take a breath in and peel it down from whatever height you were at. Beautiful. From there, bring the knees in. And if it's comfortable to bring both knees in towards the chest, that's what you're going for here. You can do one at a time. That's fine. But what you want is both knees here. And we're just going to do 3 breaths where on your out breath, you're pulling the knees in towards the chest. I have my feet together. I like to keep the heels together for this one, but the knees are apart. Breathe in to ease off a little bit. Breathe out to scoop in with the low belly to draw the knees in towards the chest. You can allow the tailbone in the back of the pelvis to lift off here, and this is a really nice stretch for the low back. But again, only if it's comfortable. You're not pushing into a lot of pain. We always try to be too aggressive with our bodies. Or we often, I should say, try to be. Make that one your last one. And then release the legs, come onto your sides, and we'll do a nice whole spine release. If you're not comfortable to be in this position with the head at an angle, then have a little cushion that you put underneath or cradle the head. And I'm going to cradle mine today, although I am comfortable with the head like that. The top arm is just reached out in front, and the knees are going to stay together. Take a nice breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, you're going to start to slide the top arm back towards you. You're going to allow the elbow to bend as if you're drawing on a bow. And then you're going to reach it out behind you, and you're going to follow it with your eyes. So it's not going to be way back on the floor behind you. It's just going to be here. And you've rotated. Your hips are still stacked, and the whole spine above has rotated so that your eyes, your nose, you're looking at your fingertips. And then stay straight in the elbow as you come up over the top and come back to where you started. Right? And then draw back on that imaginary bow again. Reach out long with that arm. Make sure the shoulder's away from the ear and the head is comfortable here. If it's not, then get a little pillow. Get more behind your head there. Have some head support. Right? We're going to do one more on this side. Peel it back. Enjoy that stretch, that motion of rotation through the whole spine. Keep the knees pressed together. Breathe in to wherever you feel tension as you come to that top part. And then peel it back. Good. And we'll just do the other side for evenness, of course. So knees stay together. Bottom arm can be straight out, or you can cradle it, or you can even get a cushion. Keep the knees together so the pelvis is stacked. That top arm is reached forward. And on your out breath, you're pulling back with that top arm. You're starting already to rotate, right? The chest, the breastbone is going to end up looking up towards the ceiling. You're going to make sure the neck comes into this as well. That's why you've looked at your fingertips. You followed with your eyes. So that this is the whole length of the spine, and then come up over the top and back. Pull back. Rotation. Nice breath. And exhale to come over the top. And we'll do one more. So draw back with that arm, back with your imaginary bow. Follow the arm with your eyes. You should feel open across your chest. You should feel the neck is rotated as far as it can comfortably go. Breathe in and exhale to come back to where you started. Beautiful. Good. I'm going to come onto my back one more time, and this is just a nice neck one. It's not a movement, but it's a nice one if you are having some tension in the neck, the upper back. Sometimes this gives you a little bit of a release. And you can have the knees bent or straight for this one. That's not important. But just have the arms at your sides. And all you're going to do is you're going to first try to get your shoulder blades, if they're up here, your shoulder blades on the mat. So try to let those shoulder blades melt down towards the mat. Get wide across your chest, right? Try to put your upper arms on the mat. That might not be possible. That's okay. Take a nice breath in, and then make sure that your chin and your forehead, if possible, are in a horizontal line. So if you're really tight in the neck, or you've got some rounded upper back, the chin might be way up, right? So if that's the case, then you can't tuck the chin down comfortably, then get a little head support. Have a little pillow behind as you do this. Take a breath in. That's my bread ready, but I think it'll be okay for one more minute. My timer. Take a breath in, and on your out breath, press the whole head back into the floor behind you, and it's just gentle. And then release. And on your out breath again, press the whole head back and release. So nothing moves, right? I could totally be tricking you here and not doing the exercise, right? You don't see any movement. It's just that you've activated all those muscles in the back of the neck, as well as a little bit in the front, actually. And sometimes you get a nice release from there. Good. And then once you're in that alignment, whether you've had to put a cushion behind the head or not, you can linger there with the back of the head heavy, heavy into the mat or the cushion, and keep it there as you rotate to the right. Keep the head in contact with the mat. Come back through the center and then rotate to the left. And sometimes that, just having that little bit of activity in the back of the neck, that pressure, that presence of your head back on the mat, can help to release as you roll through this rotation. If it doesn't release in a few repetitions, then that's fine. And one more to the right. Come up. And one more to the left. Good. Awesome. So maybe you stop there. That could feel very good in your spine. There's one other exercise that I love for spinal mobility, and it feels really good usually, is the cat stretch. So coming on to hands and knees for that one. But this is a great exercise that gets your spine through a big range of motion without being in gravity, without having the compression that the spine often has. So nice breath in to prepare. You're in nice flat back position. And then you're just going to arch the back. So you're going to draw in with your low belly, and you're going to try to round the low back, the mid back, the upper back, up towards the ceiling, and then let the head and the neck gently drop forward. And that's gentle. You're wide across your chest here. And then imagine that someone has got a seatbelt around your tummy button area or your low ribs, and they're drawing you a little further up towards the ceiling. Try to arch a little bit more. And then release back down to a nice flat spine, and you can go a little bit into the opposite movement, into extension, lifting the tailbone and lifting the chin a little bit, the throat a little bit, just what's comfortable. You don't want to do too much at the neck. That can be uncomfortable. And then another one into the cat position, that beautiful cat stretch. And back to flat into the cow. I could sit here and do these all day, but I'll just do one more with you. Into the cat. Try to get a little more out of it at the top, if it's comfortable. Back to nice neutral. And then the other one is, sometimes we call it wag the tail, where you stay on hands and knees, and you wag your tailbone out to the right, and you look at it. And then to the left, and look at it. And that can feel quite nice too. That's the only side bending motion we've done for the spine. You don't have to turn your eyes. You could just let the head shift. If that's more comfortable in the neck, you keep your eyes down on the mat or down towards the mat. Or you could let some rotation happen in the neck and look back at the hip if you want. That's another nice one. One more to the right. One more to the left. And then, last but not least, the shell stretch or the child's pose. Beautiful exercise for opening and lengthening in the low back if it's comfortable. You can leave the arms overhead. All right, or you could bring them around by your sides. And this just lengthens. This lengthens in the low back tissues. You also get lots of good stuff happening at the hip, knee, the ankles are open. It's a beautiful position. If you do have back pain though, when you come out of it, support yourself with the hands on the mat and help yourself to roll up or to kneel up out of that position. That might be important. So there you go. Hopefully you have a very happy spine now. But yeah, just some little tricks to feel good. You can pick your favorites, put them into your daily routine, or like I said, use them after you've been at an activity or in a position that has sort of challenged your spine. All right. Have a great day. Thank you.